Welcome guys. Can you put a message in the chat if you can hear me alright? Does everything sound okay? Just put a message in the chat and we can pretty much get kick started. Can everybody hear me? Is the stream on? Bear with me a minute. I don't see any Good morning, good morning. I am just checking everything is running fine. I think everything's fine. If at any point if the stream is laggy or anything, can you guys let me know? With that being said, I think we'll get into um, today's trading. So I'm going to start off just with disclaimer. Pause the screen, have a read of that. Cool. And what I'll do is we'll jump over to the charts in just a second. So we start our day always on the economic calendar. So I'm over at Forex Factory. Today's date is the 29th of May. We currently have no red folder news today, however we do have orange news today at 10 a.m. So I'm going to trade today with caution, see what setups we can take. Any questions, do put questions into the chat if you have any. I am just going to double check everyone can on the Discord can see the stream working. Screen is black for us, by the way. Yeah, I just changed the screen. Is it still black? I am just quickly going to check the stream on my end just to make sure that I can see that it's looking alright. Everyone can. Wicked. Alright, let's get into this. So, this is Forex Factory. I've gone over this, so we'll go jump over to the charts. Let me change the screen. I am new to this, guys, sorry. It's black now. 1 minute, there it is. It's appearing. I'll get used to it, but wicked. If at any point, again, something doesn't look right or I'm laggy if I'm speaking and it can't understand me or anything, please let me know. Very good now, thank you, cool. Alright, wicked. So I'm going to start on CL. So, bias always comes from the daily. That's where I get my bias from. CL price is currently located in an internal range of liquidity. Over here. We took this ERL here, this old external range liquidity, and after an ERL we expect to move to an internal range of liquidity, which we are currently in now. It looks like we are disrespecting it potentially after today's close. However, we do have another internal range of liquidity up here. This is more of in a premium. We also have, if I put my indicator on, you can see here we have a inversion fair value gap. That price is currently tapping into that overlaps with our fair value internal range here, this fair value gap here. Now the reason why this is in a higher range higher range is because our overall swing low, this is our swing high, and this is our swing low of the range. So with that being said, you can see where the 50% of the fib is on this level in here, but we have 618 level up here, which is in more of a premium. If I use my discount versus premium, I don't actually have one, I'll use my GAN box. We can see this is the premium, this is the discount area. So that's on the daily, that's my bias. So my bias for today, I am bearish, so what I want to see is a bearish CSD formed on the hourly to confirm this bias. Now, if I switch over to, actually I'm going to not switch over it, why has that popped up? If I switch to this trend line tool, I can see here this is something called a bearish formation, a broadening formation, sorry. So on the daily we have a broadening formation here. It looks like a megaphone. So every time price has pretty much come to one of these, let's say this trend line here, it's reacted off and it's come down to this trend line. As you can see, price is currently located at the top here. It hasn't quite tapped it just yet, but every time it has in the past, it's obviously it's gone lower, and you can kind of see this is kind of just consolidation. It's just a range that we're kind of in. So when you're trading a broadening formation, if you are going to trade a range, because range you will find a broadening formation, you want to you don't want to be longing for or shorting in the middle. You want to be shorting at the top or longing at the bottom of the broadening formation. So with that, I hope that makes sense. I'm going to switch over to this chart just because this is what I've actually marked out. It might look a bit messy, might be a bit more clear, but as you can see, that's my same broadening formation. So that's my daily bias, so I'm bearish. So if I drop down to the 1 hour now, hopefully this isn't too messy. Ignore this stuff here for now, but if I zoom out, where this 1 hour FEG and buy side liquidity is located is where that premium range is. We have a swing high here. Swing high here marks as buy side liquidity, and if you look close enough, there are a few fair value gaps, but the fair value gap I'm interested in is this this huge imbalance that was created by this wick here. That's the FVG that I'm interested in. Also has resting liquidity within it, just above it. So that's what I'm interested in at the minute. You can currently see price on the 1 hour is bullish. There's nothing about this is bearish at all. Nothing indicates anything bearish at the minute, and as this is happening, we're building low resistance liquidity. If I zoom into what price is doing right now, I've marked out a potential area where we could see a change in the state of delivery. We currently do have a CSD because this hourly candle has closed below this, but we haven't got a market structure shift just yet. So we have another hour at 36 minutes where also the 4 hour is going to end up closing for 36 minutes. So I want to see where that 4 hour closes before doing anything. So right now would potentially be a good time to look for longs because there was liquidity here. We have a 1 hour fair value gap here, and we've now swept it. And you can obviously see we are potentially. Oh, I don't want the text tool. We are potentially doing that, where we might go higher up. So this isn't confirmation that we're shifting to bearish just yet. I'm waiting for the next hourly and what the 4 hour does. On the 4 hour, you can clearly see we're still bullish. If we get a close below that market structure shift level, just here, then I will also be bearish on the 4 hour. So it was a very critical kind of time. I'm not rushing into anything just yet. So that's that. That's CL. If I jump down to the 5 minute, you'll see another broadening formation here. I marked this out in the Discord. Price was about here when I marked it, I think. And then you can see as time gone on, it's broken this, and we've obviously had this. Price has come down. It's now potentially made a CSD. We also have a high resistance liquidity built up here, so it's another reason why I think we could potentially be looking for longs. But we will wait and see what happens if we get our bearish CSD. So I'm just waiting on CL. I'll jump to NQ. Am I too loud? Sorry. Let me turn myself down a little bit. That might be better actually. So NQ, what do I see on NQ? NQ is a bit NQ and ES are interesting. So on NQ, we've come from an internal range of liquidity. We've come from an internal range of liquidity. If I put this on, you can see it clearly. We tapped into it, but we failed to take this external range liquidity. We failed to take it, so this could just be sort of a retracement, and then we're going to be bullish. However, though, at the minute, from when I last checked, the 1 hour, which is my narrative, is very bearish. We had a CSD on the 1 hour. There's nothing bullish on the 1 hour about this. On the 4 hour as well, I'm bearish on the 4 hour, especially if we close below this, if we disrespect this 4 hour fair value gap. So that's why this 4 hour close is kind of important for me. I don't really care what the opening price does. I will obviously see what price is doing. So that's my kind of bias at the minute for NQ. I am personally bearish, but we obviously have a lot of high resistance liquidity built up here. So, and we're potentially, this is my point of interest if I'm going to be looking for any sort of longs. So I'm going to put an alert just here. If I'm going to long, this would be the area where I would want price to take out first. ES, start for the daily. This is where I feel like a lot of people are bullish. I'm again bearish on ES because of this. We have a important level here that got taken. This is the swing low that took this important level. We then had a close below the swing low that creates this, then makes this, because we have consecutive, a order block. And you can see how the daily reacted to this order block after the close that created it, came up to it. Yes, we had a close potentially above it, but it was still within it. If I draw out my, here you can see we never closed above 50% of the order block. Price came up to it. This is potentially a key area for a reversal. As you can see, order block, then today we've had massive displacement just down to our area, which is our external range liquidity. So that's how I'm getting my bearish bias. A lot of people are bullish. I don't really know why. They say because we're at an internal range of liquidity, and we haven't taken an ERL, so they think, oh, well, we must be bullish. Well, I'm looking at what price is doing on the daily using an order block, and I feel like we're going to be taking this, and I want to see what happens after we take this external range liquidity. So that's why I'm bearish. Nothing on the 1 hour is bullish as well. Can you see how we're coming now down to this? What will potentially happen, and we saw this on oil. New York Open is going to open in like a minute and a half, push down, and now we're going to get a push up, taking all of this liquidity. So that's what my expectation is. I'm bearish, but once this objective is completed, with all this liquidity that's built here, I'm expecting a price to push back up, if that makes sense. We are as well very low in a discount. This is today's Asia and London session. We long below old swing lows and bullish FVGs. What do we have to the left of us? We have a on the 1 hour we have a bullish FVG here, and we also have some liquidity built here, so we have an FVG as well, even lower. So that's why I kind of want to see what this New York Open does, and then what the close does as well. So we're just going to see what happens. Any questions, please fire away. I'm looking at NQES, but I think I'll see what gives a clear entry, and we'll go from there. So yeah. So we've got New York Open coming now. New York Open. So I am on the 1 hour. Reason being, I'm on the 1 hour. It's not hit my point of interest yet. Once it's my point of interest, then I can go down to a 5 minute. There's no point if it's not my point of interest looking at the 5 minute. If I'm going to be longing, it's going to be from down here. And if I'm going to be taking any shorts, I want to see price come to this internal range and take out this liquidity here. So I'm just kind of seeing what price is doing. I'm going to put some alerts on. So I've got NQ, I've got my alert on. ES. Yes, I have an alert. Where do I want to put this? So if we have a most recent swing high, I can see that I would want to take that has a fair value gap. This is a swing high, depending on this hourly close. We have obviously London high that's overlapped, so this is probably more in a premium area where I would want to take a short from. What I think will happen now, I think we'll take that accelerated liquidity, so I think we could be in for longs. Okay, so for my process in getting funded and kind of risk management, it depends what you go with. So if it's a one-step eval, um, it depends how as well how much if you're okay with risking the money you spent on the evaluation. If it's a one-step eval and you have your entry, if you have your strategy, sorry, you can full port your strategy. It depends. If you have just max daily drawdown and if it's not trailing drawdown, you can do that. Um, if you um, if you have a two-step strategy, you might want to take a bit of more careful risk management, risking 1% or 1.5% or 2%. It's really down to your kind of appetite on how much you want to risk per trade and how quickly you want to pass. You should not be having. You should take less than. You shouldn't be having a challenge account for a month. You should be passing like maximum within a month. Um, so yeah, if you've got your strategy locked down, I would highly suggest potentially doing a one shot one kill. If it's an Apex, for example, their promotion that they have on, you could do what I'm doing, buy a few accounts and then just long them all, one shot, one kill them all through FOMC because it's a stage one eval. There is no phase 2 or anything or stage 2. Okay, as you can see on NQ we are pushing up. This would be a nice place to take a short from. Liquidity resting here with a fair value gap overlined. ES is going down. Nothing about this is bullish at all. CL. Jump to the 5 minute. I would like to see this. I'd like to see this stop hunt created. once I get a stop hunt, I will look what price does after that. Bearing in mind we do have a hourly close coming up in 25 minutes. Currently located within that 1 hour. You can see the 4 hour as well. I'm more looking forward to taking a long. I still feel price could still go up to this area here of my broadening formation. Yeah, do whatever you're comfortable with, man. Apex, I feel like I like Apex because of their rules. They have strict rules, so it forces you to be consistent. As you can see, oil's about to take that stop hunt. I've got an alert on there anyway. I want to see this low taken. Okay, CL's just taken that low. You can also see clearly bullish, bullish, bullish. Obviously, this is more of deeper into a discount if we are to long from, but we have a bearish potential CSD on the 1 hour. So I won't be entering any trades until this 1 hour's over, but I will mark out what I see. I don't want to mark this out actually just yet and confuse you guys. I need to see what price does. Now I've got a stop hunt here. Let's see how price reacts to this. We have a few targets up here. So if we were to get the displacement now, my stop goes there and my 2R goes here. And do we have any targets? We have these targets up here, and we have my broadening formation up here. So I am just watching. It's 90%, not 80%. So you've got till tomorrow, I think, to claim that. NQ is the stronger pair here, it seems. As well, guys, I don't use SMTs, but correct me if I'm wrong. Don't take this as, I don't know, is that an SMT? I think I'm going to put NQ and ES actually on the same, on 2 pages. Anyone able to clarify if that is an SMT? Getting quite a strong reaction off NQ. ES is doing literally nothing. It's New York Open. That's your stop hunt. This is your displacement. However, though, there's no high time frame POI that's hit for me. There's no FVG here. We are in a inversion for value gap here, but for me this is, I don't like how old this is, if that makes sense. I'd want to see as well, like this, the price to come here before longing. 1 hour is not bullish anyway. Yeah, definitely check them out. Not a lot is going on at the minute. Waiting, being patient. So we do have a 1 hour here. I need a fair value gap. Prices, not that's not an invert. No. Do have a 1 hour fair value gap here. But for me, it's pretty much there because this has been that all this has been mitigated till about here. So this is a kind of a target. So that's why I want to wait for this acceleration liquidity to get taken personally. NQ. There's potential that this is your bearish breaker. Potentially just tapped into it before moving lower. Reason why that's a bearish breaker. Get a swing high here. Inside a bearish FVG. There you go. This is your stop hunt. Close down, close candle for the leg up that took that liquidity. Use consecutive, and you see how price is now reacting off that. So just kind of a fake opening move, I would say. Back to that bearish breaker into that high time frame POI that it was in, and now with the move actually lower taking place. So I'm still looking for. I'll be looking for longs when we get down here. I think that's what I'm going to be doing today. My bias is bearish, but I think this is the target for the bearish move, and then we'll see potential reversal down here. You guys got to remember, daily is just your bias, your market structure. You have to understand it comes from the 4 hour or the 1 hour. That's what price is telling you what it wants to do. That's why there's narrative and context. So just stick my hand. Let's see what oil's doing. So there we go. If it closes like this, then I will shift the bias 100% to bearish, and I'll be waiting for a bearish setup, and I won't be longing anything here. Especially if we close below this 1 hour for value gap. Just waiting to see what happens. Bunch of consolidation downwards. Remember, we have no news today, so we've got no drivers. waiting. I really would want to see price come up here, take this high, and then for us to see a bearish setup on NQ. I think this is what I'm looking for. I want to look for a short up here. If we can get a short up here, that'd be wonderful. Yeah, that'd be nice. Gonna put an alert there. So I want to see price pretty much come up here, take the sell side, then I want to see a bearish unicorn form, and then I'll look for a short to that sell side liquidity we have down here. Up down here. Yes. Yes, yes, it's just melting. Absolutely melting. An inversion for value gap, so if this high I'd say would get taken. See what price does there. So we've got 13 minutes till this candle close, so we'll wait and see what happens. You can see we'll be disrespecting this 4 hour. It's a patience game, guys. Gotta wait. I think oil's a bit interesting because if I wanted to short this, if it was to close how it is now, like I'd want to see it needs to come to like above London, or it needs to, and it's just a swing, but there needs to be a swing point that it takes. So that's why I'm thinking if it's going to do that, then there is potential for a long in this area, but then my 1 hour does not align, so I wouldn't take a trade with it. I wouldn't long anything because the 1 hour would be bearish and the 4 hour would also be bearish. Yeah, so if it closes 4 hour closes like this in 10 minutes, I'll be shifting to a bearish bias on the 4 hour, but that's just me. See what ES is doing. So yep, coming down lower on the daily, you can see we're going for that external range liquidity. This is building up to a bunch of high resistance liquidity, that just easy liquidity that can get taken. So that's why I'm pretty much, I might see what V15 actually has to offer. Got a swing low inside a, I might have a 1 minute entry here because usually when price reverses it doesn't really give 5 minute entries all the time, but we can check both 1 minute and 5 minute time frames. So yeah, I want to see if it closed like this on the 4 hour, opening price on the next 4 hour, take the liquidity and then reverse up. But I'm just seeing what price is giving me. NQ on the 1 hour. So yeah, 1 hour is strong on NQ. This is obviously where I'd want to take a short from. It's coming up to it. Okay, we're in that 1 hour. We're going to take the sell side liquidity as well. And we've just about, yeah, now we've taken it. So I'm waiting for the 1 hour close. This would be our stop hunt. Lowest down close candle for the leg up that took the liquidity. Let's see what happens. 9 minutes to the hourly close. Obviously, if price displaces through here, it doesn't give us a lot of room to target this, so I will see what happens. It might not be worth it to take. This is when maybe a 1 minute entry would be better. So we have 15 minute FEG aligned, swing high, 1 minute. It's the same down close candles. We'll come back to that. What's the ES look like? Yeah, it's too weak. It just wants to drop. Nothing on ES for me, I feel. It's like I'm trying to catch the reversal. I'm just waiting for that, I think that low to get taken. Nothing there. 4 hour. See, it disrespected that 4 hour. Just a bit of a mess right now. So we have a demand zone here on the 1 hour. The sell before the buy that took this high. Price is kind of reacting off it. Where would I want to look for a short? 15 minute, potentially up here. But there's just so much resting high resistance liquidity up here, I just don't see how price wouldn't want to take that. Watch and see what happens. I think we did have news at 10 AM, orange folder news. Pushing up on the 5. This is a 5 minute order block. This is the leg up that took that high, and then we close below it, so that becomes an order block. Five minutes before the close, I would want to see this order block if it is to go lower. respect hopefully the 50% area. Sorry, I've marked the wrong area. Candle. There we go. We'll come back to that. So yeah, we're just kind of like sitting and waiting, I guess, guys. Just sitting on my hands, seeing anything at the minute. Nothing's interesting me right now to take. Again, I'm waiting for this hourly close. You know what? I don't even actually think that is a swing. That's not a swing point. I've just seen it. It does no. That's not. Price came up, but then this is technically a swing low into a 4-hour FVG. That is not a institutional swing point. You see that makes it higher, low, higher, low, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower low. So swing high. There is a low there, but it's not an institutional low. And with everything with this liquidity building here, this is probably where there are equal lows here. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think I'm looking for longs on CL. I think it can still push higher up into that broadening formation and this area here. So the 4-hour I wouldn't say is bearish, but the 1 hour looks bearish. You have your swing high, swing low. That would be a swing low, sorry. Swing high, swing low, swing high. This is the low that takes this high. Displacement down. Close below this low here. That creates your market structure shift. Has displacement down. 1 hour value gap here with equal lows. Just relatively equal lows there. 1 hour fair value gap. We just tapped it at fairly. Yeah, we have. And now we've got a hourly close in 50 seconds. So I might look for longs here. Yeah. See what price gives us. We currently have a stop hunt here. If we're going to get another stop hunt, I want to see. We haven't made a swing high yet. We'll see how this hourly opens in 30 seconds and CL. NQ really quickly. Respecting that order block. Getting a reaction off it slightly. Yeah, until these alerts are triggered, I'm not too fussed. Go to CL, see what this hourly close does. Okay, we've got 4 hour value up there. So that 1 minute, that would be, I think, your breaker. Because that is stop hunt just there. I wouldn't call that displacement. I mean, you get a close below it. There's no FEG. Yeah, just waiting for something on the 5 minute go. I mean, there's just got to be patient. Only a half an hour into the New York session. Okay, so now we're getting a swing point. So if we are to go lower, I want to see this be my stop hunt. That would be my breaker block. We are getting a bit of displacement up. Start of an FEG. There's not much going on. Yes, I've got my areas marked and NQ. Waiting for a displacement down here. Remove this, clogging up the chart. Price not really doing any movement, it's just slow. It's fine. There's a bullish unicorn there, but for me on the higher time frame it's not. This would be your bullish unicorn. Um, you wouldn't have got tapped. If you took that, potentially you could get into that. But for me that's a swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low. Displacement. Theoretically there's two breaker blocks there. You could take this one because of that displacement leg. But on the high time frame there's just nothing there for me to be able to take that. I mean we are in an inversion fair value gap. There is a swing low here. for me. I don't like that swing low. It's not clear to me. Come on, NQ. Displace down. Yes, anything? No, not a thing. CL. CL's not pushing up like I want it, it's just hovering at the minute. Patience. 15 minutes bearish, like everything's bearish. Potential that this is turning to bullish. If to see what this 15-minute close like. Got 2 minutes on the 15 here. Okay, I think NQs might be shifting to bullish on the 15. One hour is still bearish. I'd love for this low to get taken. Don't understand that trade Ash took on his that he put in his analysis on his Discord. 1 hour FPG got disrespected. I don't know what 1 hour FPG he's taken. And his entry never got tapped. With that breaker block, so don't know how he's got tapped into that and what 1 hour FPG he's talking to, because that doesn't make sense to me. You can see here that he's referring to was just below 790. So yeah, he's probably referring to this, which got disrespected after 9 AM close. So that becomes completely mitigated and irrelevant now. So I don't know how he took that trade with his entry. Function, whatever you want to call it. There's no FEG there. It's an inversion, but he's marked it as an FEG and he doesn't go off inversions. Interesting. Here we go, come on. Wow. Really, that is literally, that's so sad, it's just missed it. Oil's just not moving. Oil, I think, likes to move at in an hour's time. Oil gives the entry. Around 11:30, Oil likes to give an entry. So I'm gonna just patiently wait to see what Oil does. I don't know. Everyone's bullish on NQ. Like, I'm bearish. I just don't understand what part of this looks bullish. If I remove this. It's not looking amazing. Come on, Oil. Coming to that POI now. Potentially you can now look for shorts from here. Take up London High even. I was taking its time, it's not doing much. But oil is like a snail right now, it's just taking forever to move. I think it did this last time, and then when it gets like 11:30, that's when it starts to move, and then towards the end of the New York session, that's when it just moves, man. Ugh. There we go. This menu stop on. And that's my breaker. Yeah, like no, like this is. I don't agree with this. Just don't agree with taking a long in here. That's just like that looks awful. Thank you. Looks cleaner. There's your shift to bullish. 15. There was nothing for oil. I've just realised why is that on 7. There's absolutely no trade there on oil, and in no short trade. Yeah, I just don't see anything. Yes, looks just as filthy. That just does not look clean. NQ looks better, but I had a bearish bias, so did I get my bias wrong today? Potentially. Still got CL that can make a move. Am I not bearish on CL? I am bearish on CL, but for me, how I see price, I feel like this is just a move. I feel like it's gonna. I'm looking for a reversal because if I show you the 15, because of how much liquidity is built here, there's just like resting liquidity up here. I feel like I can frame a reversal because we're below a 1 hour swing low here with it like a relatively equal low. here. 1 hour FEG here, and using my broadening formation, it would tell me that I am bearish for that reason. However, though, we haven't hit I think it was this one I was using when I showed the analysis. We haven't hit the top of it yet, so I think this is just like a retracement before going higher. And then reason why is also we have this internal range here that's basically been disrespected, and I feel price will want to push higher to this internal. Oh, ES alert. Okay, ES is at my POI if I was going to take a short. But I don't think I'm even going to touch ES. It just does not look clean at all for me. But yeah, as I was saying with CL, go on the 5 minute, you can really see it. You can see all the liquidity that's just built here. And my bias on NQ and ES is bearish. I like my daily bias is still bearish. Maybe I'll get my bias wrong today, but for me there's still no entry at all. Like this entry that Ash took, I don't understand what 1 hour FEG is used. I don't see any 1 hour FEG here that he could have used at all. We have an inversion fair value gap, but I don't see a 1 hour FEG that is used. This 1 hour FEG over here that you see here, this got disrespected. So I don't know how he's gone off his entry function checklist and said, oh, okay, we've respected that. So I don't know how he's taken that. He said he market ordered it as well. It wasn't a limit order. If he limit ordered it, he wouldn't have got tapped. Here, he wouldn't have got tapped. Yes, you got equal highs here. I understand that, but I don't know. It's like here on the CL we have equal lows, relative equal lows. We've taken them. We've got a 1 hour FEG here. Just gotta wait for displacement. If I get displacement, I'll take the trade. But they're literally on top of each other. I'll happily accept the risk. It's quite a big stop. What does 2R look like on here? Yeah, so like 2R is well above these targets. So I might look at an order block to take my entry off, or a fair value gap if we get one like a 50% to get better risk to reward. It's not clean, but we'll see what we get. We're forming a fair value gap here. Like if I went to the 1 minute, I'll probably get a cleaner entry. 15 minute, swing low, tap into a 15 minute FEG or volume imbalance. That's not an FEG though, is it? No, just nope. Yeah, so I would have missed a 1 minute entry. No, you actually could still take that. Break block, fair value gap. I'm not taking this, but if I was to, we can see what happens. This is the bigger breaker block. I'm waiting for a 5 minute though. I'll leave this on here to see what would happen if I did take it. So like kind of always like forward testing. So you would have got tapped in here. You'd be in this trade if you took this. Shit, I need to log in if I'm going to be on seal. Like there's not a 15-minute fair value gap here where price came into, is there? No. There's no 15-minute fair value gap. Price, there's a 15-minute fair value gap, but down here there's a volume imbalance. I don't know if you would say you could use that, but yeah. Interested to see if this hits stop loss or take profit. I do want to put an alert up here. So that 1 minute would have hit stop loss. Still no displacement on the 5 minute. If you are bearish and price makes a high after the New York session starts and taps it, is that a valid liquidity grab or does it need to be a high made before the New York session? So for me to, so any high that I'd want to use as a POI has to be a swing point. It can't just be a random like high like this. It can't be like that. It has to be a swing point for me. So that is a swing point for me. So that would have to be that's what would have to get taken. That's why on the 15-minute we had this swing point here that got taken. But there was no fair value gap. I saw there was a volume imbalance that we had, but yeah, this, what is it, 10:45, still got only about half an hour, any setups are going to form. Uh, I'll be honest, NQ and ES, I don't think I'll be taking anything on today. On ES and NQ, and I was bearish, and I think I just got my bias wrong for it. I'll have a review later, but I was waiting for kind of price to come down lower before looking at taking a long, but obviously we didn't get that. You know, ES was so close to this ERL, and there was a fair value gap below it, like it was in it. That was still a little bit was being respected. It is what it is. Yeah, if it's a swing point, it's a yeah. If it's definitely a swing, so if your bearish price makes a high after the new session, then taps again. If it taps that swing point and there's like a fair value gap that overlaps, like it taps into as well, and price on like the 1 hour and your daily bias is all points to being bearish, then yeah, if there's a valid unicorn there, you can take that. In this example, we're bearish 1 hour. Daily bias is uh, like short-term kind of bearish, because I can see price still going higher because it's as I mentioned, this internal range is basically going to get disrespected. Like this could just be the low, then it pushes higher. Um, you can see the 4 hour as well, like we're in a 4 hour FG. So the 4 hour is not bearish, but the 1 hour is. But there's just no setup, so I'm going to wait probably till about 11:45, 11:30 on this, because I know oil can take its time, and I'm just going to wait pretty much. What I would love to see is another stop hunt, and then I would want to use this as my breaker block, because that is just, my stop can be a bit smaller. I think that would be nicer. How many pips is that? Not pips. 20 versus, like it's double this, the stop I would have to use on this breaker. So I'd love to see this create a stop hunt, because we have a swing high, swing low, swing high, create a swing low, displacement, retap, and then take all of this low resistance, high resistance liquidity. That's how I see oil. If we're going to get it, I don't know. We don't have any news today. So you just got to be patient. You got to wait. It's like this isn't a place where I would short. I wouldn't. You don't short from below an old swing low and a bullish FEG. Like you don't do that. So if I was bearish, there would just be no trade at all here until we went higher. I'm trying to catch that move that goes higher for a bearish trade down, if that makes sense. Because all of this I could see getting taken out. Probably tomorrow, later in the week potentially, we could come down. But right now I'm potentially trying to catch like a reverse, like just the end of the pullback before going higher. I think I mentioned my broadening formation. I want to see it tap that top of that broadening formation. If I actually draw out my broadening formation on the daily, I think it was the daily I had it on. Yeah. If I draw this out and I drop down to like a 1 hour, you'll see how it kind of is clear. Like this has just been pure consolidation. Yeah, I can even mark that. Say I even mark that. Jump down to the 1 hour. Do you see how price, every time it's come to it, it's just tapped off? We haven't exactly hit it. And there's just a bunch of liquidity up here on the lower time frames that I could grab. Like if this 4 hour, so this 4 hour close, like if this 4 hour disrespects this FEG, obviously I'm not going to be trading in 3 hours time anyway, but if it disrespects it, then I think price won't go higher 100%, and then that'll be like a bullish confirmation, a bearish confirmation. But it looks like we've now taken, oh, have we taken it? Not yet. Please take that and then just displace higher. That would be lovely. Be a nice trade, hopefully. Go on, take it. Coming to an hourly close as well here. Want to see if we respect this. Come on. Yeah, I think ES and NQ are cooked. I don't think I'm done on ES and NQ. Yeah. Just gonna pause the stream. I'm just gonna quickly log into my account on this new chart. Hold on. So bear with me, guys. Cool. Yeah, that's cooked, mate. Yeah, that's absolutely cooked. This 1 hour close, like, yeah, like, I'm just not. This. What a mess. Bro, like, how's that not taking it? Come on. That is mental. Put an alert on it. Yeah, I have no idea why he took it, Brandon. I don't know why. That 1 hour FEG was filled, so I don't see why. Like that, for me, that higher time frame gets violated, so I don't know why that counts. Like, how does that add in? Oh, there we go, CL. Lovely! Cool, so our new breaker becomes this highest up close candle before the leg down to liquidity. Now I would like to see some displacement, guys. Now I want to see a move. And this looks much, much nicer. We can target these highs here. We have this look. Yeah, this looks nicer. I'm telling you guys, CL, mate. I think CL is what is going to be my main thing I trade. It's so nice. If gold moves like that, I didn't even check gold. I can't lie. I don't trade gold. Yeah, that looks awful. That looks awful. But again, guys, this you have a broadening formation forming here. Actually, tell a lie. I think that's just a wedge. I think your broadening formation looks like that. No, I don't actually think. No, I don't know. Someone's up my front door, guys, so I will be right back. Let's hope NQ doesn't give us entry function while I'm away. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Alright, and price clearly has just dropped. We have the 1 hour close coming up, remember, guys. See what happens. What did NQ and all them do? Anything? Nada. Do have an inversion for value gap here. This is why I love this indicator. It's so useful. See how this 1 hour close reacts. So we've taken sell buy side. I don't actually know why this is buy side. This is sell side liquidity. Sorry. So we've taken sell side liquidity. We've tapped into 2 PD arrays. See how we're reacting now off that. Back up in a way. Hopefully I'll get displacement through the breaker. Then I can take my trade. And have I actually entered this on the breaker? Yeah, I have. So it's not a breaker block until I see displacement through it. So I'm just waiting to see what happens, guys. This happened. This happened on at like 11:30, like similar to this, where the setup only really happened at 11:30. Yeah, that's. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like ES and NQ at the minute. I don't like the way the price is. We've got a 1 more minute till the hourly close. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we're going to close. We disrespect this FET 1 hour for value gap, as you can see. And we're just dropping. I think I'm going to give it another half an hour, guys, and then I'm going to see what price is doing, and I might call it. So we haven't taken a trade yet. I'm not forcing myself to take a trade. NQ and ES look bullish. They've yet to close above this low actually. This high, so there's no market structure shift just yet. On ES. So I'm not looking to trade this, guys. That is just all that's consolidation for me on the 5 minute. I don't want to trade that. As for NQ, it's the same story. Consolidation. CL, it's just going kind of lower. The 4 hour. So that 1 hour has pulled back from that inversion. Came into it. We shall see what happens. We're going lower. I haven't created a swing high though. This is the most recent swing high at the minute. So what we might have, we have an external range of liquidity here. Today's close will potentially create an inversion for value gap. we could see price trade into this inversion, sorry, inversion fair value gap, this fair value gap, internal range liquidity, and then we could potentially see a move higher, but that's just potentially what I'm seeing. NQ's just gone off. Why has it gone off? I had an alert on NQ. Don't know what that alert was for. It's not taking a swing high, so it's in a fair value gap, but that's what it's reacting off here. But I've not seen any buy side liquidity taken. So you could argue that's your stop hunt, highest, lowest down close candle before the leg up that took that liquidity. Where is it? Well, you have a swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high, displacement. So your breaker block becomes this. Do you have a fair value gap aligned with it? Not yet. You'd have to wait for the next 5-minute candle to end. We can watch this. But there's no higher time frame buy side liquidity taken. So I wouldn't have taken this anyway. Is that fair value gap even aligned with the breaker? Just maybe. I don't think it even is. No, I don't think it is. The lower that candle is 857. No, there's no fair value gap in that breaker. I'll leave it on the screen. You can see what happens. Jump to CL. Nothing going on. Still don't have a swing high. That's the most recent swing high. I want to see these highs get taken and then a stop hunt, but coming to the end of the New York close, potentially 15-minute had something. Nope. You could argue this being a swing high. I personally don't like that. I'd want that high. And then you see price dropping. So the 1 hour, that just looks like pure consolidation. I just would, yeah, it's just irrelevant. Doesn't matter. Can't get FOMO. Alright, we've now got potential bullish candle now. Yeah. It's like DXY as well. I was bullish on DXY, and I don't know if I went over it in this live. This is the wrong chart. I was bullish on DXY. Look now, like what I planned for DXY literally happened, and that's why I was bearish on the other pairs. If you saw on the Discord, you saw that I marked this all out with the fractal high and everything. You know, we had an order block here on the 1 hour. So it's like it just happens. You don't get your buy. You can't get your buy. You're not always correct. So like right now, this is probably gonna I don't know how it's going to react to this 4 hour supply zone, but it could this DXY could now go bearish and all the other pairs could be going bullish. So yeah, I don't know. It's a shame. It's a bit of a shame. If this gets me displacement, though, I'm entering it. So we'll see. I'll give it till about 11:30. But yeah, I will post an update because this is literally what happened, guys. Like it's just put this on the Discord. You guys can check out why I chose DXY done as said. Guys can check that out on the Discord. As soon as we broke that fractal point, I knew price on the 4 hour wanted to go higher. That's what's happened. CL, what's going on? Come on. We want displacement, guys. Come on. Mark this as my breaker block. God. Getting a lovely respect off that 1 hour inversion for value gap. I'm just going to leave my alert there and update. It's like, what did the euro do? Yeah, like, just dumped, man. So for anyone that knew, I think I put it in my Discord. I put it somewhere. I had a bearish bias for EU today. Just gonna probably take those relatively equal lows out anyway. Can't catch them all. It would be nice, please, if we could get some displacement, sir. There we go, we're now getting some displacement through the break block. I want an FEG aligned with the breaker. FEG aligned with my breaker, and then I can take this trade. That actually works out perfect. If I don't get a breaker, an FEG and a close above that breaker block, I'm not taking it. We have targets here to grab. We have liquidity equals up here. We have all of this high resistance liquidity resting here. We're taking sell side liquidity, reacting off a 1 hour inversion for value gap. If you took a 1 minute here, do we have a 1 minute? No, I don't see that 1 minute's just getting breaking through now, I think. Yep, it's that. But I'm waiting for the 5. This is a bit risky. The 1 hour's bearish. 4 hour, nice reaction off that 4 hour for value gap. Obviously, we've still got 2 hours and 43 minutes left. To me, the 4 hour isn't bearish. To me, it's just it's still bullish. 1 hour is bearish. That's why I'm 1 hour to 5 minute entry function. It's a bit risky. If I take up my standard deviation projections, so we go from the high that swept this is the leg down, so this is the high that it got created, that's the leg down that took the liquidity. Standard deviation projections based on this CSD would say price would want to come down to this -2 area, so that's why it's a bit risky why I would take a long here. However, though, I'm happy to accept the risk if we get displacement through this. If we don't get displacement through this, it is what it is. And we're just going to sit and wait, really. I've got my alert set, so if it hits my alert, I'll have a look. DXY. See, it's don't know what to do, does it? When it gets to that point, it just stops. You've got equal highs up here that you can easily take. You'll probably end up seeing take them highs, retrace, higher. Come on. We want displacement. We want displacement. Like if this continues, that's more than enough for me to say that's good displacement. So I'm just waiting. This always happens on oil, guys. Always happens at around 11:30. The setup forms. It's really weird. It happened twice, I think, at around 11:30. The setup always. There we go. Now we're getting displacement through. It's like magic, isn't it? Cool. So let me mark out the order block as well. So the swing low that we take into a higher time frame POI, which is important, guys. Okay, we take sell side liquidity, we hit a 1 hour inversion fair value gap, and now we're getting displacement. This is our swing low that we take, so this is the leg down that takes it. So if this is the high, that gives us this take on this low, and we get a break above this, that then creates an order block. Where would the order block be? Order block would be there. Actually, tell a lie. No, I'm actually completely wrong. I've gone brain dead here. A minute. Buy before the sell. This then becomes the order block. fairly sure I think my brain's gone a bit dead here, I can't lie. I'm fairly sure that's the order block part there, isn't it? Order block's at the top of it if it's a bullish one. But we haven't got it yet, so we'll wait. We might not have it, might not get displacement. Just gotta wait. Put an alert here. The XY is not doing anything. NQ. It's really still reacting off that. It's not moved much since. What was the ESP looked at? Yeah, like I wanted it up here, but I think my bias is still right. I honestly still think the bias was correct. Like, we don't have a 1 hour CSD here. We're still bearish on the 1 hour on ES. NQ's a bit. I would actually say NQ's not even got a 1 hour CSD because you have a swing high here. This is all part of your sell. Like, yeah, you got a swing low there, and yes, you have a swing high there, but then you swing low and then you displace higher. Yes, you could argue that, but if we're really going to go higher, I think we would want to close above this high, because this is the, if I'm correct, this is the fractal. This is the high that took this low, so that becomes your fractal high. If you get a close above that fractal high, it's the same as DXY. If you get a 1 hour in this case close above that high, price will probably come down and push higher. But if you don't get a 1 hour close here, I can just see price going lower. So yeah, and for CL, it's just not. There's no short setup here. There's no long setup like given yet. Like, there's just nothing. There is nothing. Like, all we're doing is creating fail swings that are like just gonna get ready to get like easy targets. These are just easy targets now. CL just wants to dump. Alright, I think I'm gonna stay online for about 10-15 more minutes. If I don't see a setup, I'm just gonna close the stream. Price action yesterday was terrible. Price action today wasn't great. It was a bit better. I'm just so interested that trade that Ash took. I just don't understand how he's validated that 1 hour as a confluence, because I just don't get it. Waiting for that displacement, guys. Like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Got news tomorrow. What news do we have tomorrow? We've got again. Got a lot of news tomorrow. Tomorrow's a great day to trade. Unemployment claims, so I think tomorrow we'll have a setup for us. And Friday looks good as well. So this is just see, this is why like you've got to be cautious when there's no news, because you get price action like this. Tuesday we had, well, there was a bank holiday before on the Monday, so price on the Tuesday opens and it kind of, I think it's expected as well. I don't think we had big news as well. We had we had consumer confidence, and that it didn't do anything basically to price. And yeah, we're just going lower on CL. So if it takes that low, I'm gonna call it a day. If we end up taking this low, guys, I'll call it a day. Getting close to 12, end of kill zone. So for me, I'm not getting too interested in now in what price wants to do. Tapped this inversion again. Yep, it's not looking great, is it? So yeah, it looks like I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Oh wait, if it doesn't take that low, I'll happily see what price does. I'm just getting a bit like less confident the longer it stays here. It's getting less and less confident. DXY is pushing through that supply zone. And these are all targets still for a long, so see what happens if that low gets taken though. I'm done. And then I'll like recap this trade tomorrow or something, and then we'll find out that this was the breaker block that had the displacement through. About to take it. Cool, that's it taken. So I am done for today. Sorry if this was a boring stream. Uh, we had no news today. Maybe I will do another live stream tomorrow. Um, so yeah, that's why you can't go chasing trades. You gotta stick to your trading plan, guys. And you got no news. It's just this is literally an example. I'm still bearish on NQ and stuff. Like, I'm still waiting for